Tryna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Hey guys, it's Michelle here. So today I'm filming a video and this is going to be a makeup look. So as you can see, I have like a maroon gold pink with a dark lip going on here. So I think that this is a really good look for like a date night or a party or even just going out with the girls or any kind of like dressed up look. You can definitely pull this off, and I'm doing a cut crease today and it sounds a little intimidating, but once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. So if you want to see how I achieved this look here, then please keep watching. I'm using two palettes. I'm using the Huda Beauty Mauve and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette that everybody has. So although these are both not really new, you can still do a lot of cool looks with them. So yeah, we're going to use them today.
Okay, so to start off this look, I'm going into the Modern Renaissance palette, and as you can see, my foundation is already done. I'm baking, and I'm taking a medium shader brush, and I'm going right into my crease with the color Warm Taupe, and I'm using that as my transition color. So you can see I'm placing it right into my crease, and I'm doing a windshield wiper motion to blend that right into my crease there. And I do have hooded eyes, so I'm making sure that I place it right underneath my my brow bone there, and then I can drag some of that color onto the lid so I can create a base for the rest of the eyeshadow that I'm using. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Tempura from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to blend that into my brow bone with a large shader brush. So now we can move on to the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, and I'm going to be using that corally orange type of color there in the second row, the last one, and I'm going to be placing this in my crease. So I'm going to go back and forth right underneath my brow bone here, and I'm going to go back and forth in a windshield wiper motion and then try to connect it down towards my lash line to make kind of a V. So I'm going to do that to both sides, and then we can move on to another color to define our crease. So here I'm going into this ruby red color from the Mauve Obsessions palette with a Sigma E30 brush, and I'm going back into my crease with this darker red color and doing the same thing that I did with the coral color and just redefining it, because this is the color that's going to be popping out of the cut crease whenever we do end up cutting it. So we really want that color to stand out. So I actually ended up doing the left eye offline just so you can kind of see what the look that we're going for here. So we're going to keep blending that red color in there until it is very vibrant. Okay, so the next color we're going into is REALGAR, this orange color from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm using a large shader brush to go right on top of that deep ruby red color that we use, that mauve color, because we want that to be right on top, not overlapping it, but we kind of want that to blend into tempura that we placed under the brow bone. So I'm placing that color down, and then I'm going to use a large shader brush again to blend that REALGAR color out. So once we're done blending out that color, we're going to take a pencil brush again, and I'm going to go back into that orange REALGAR, and I'm going to be going right underneath my eye so I can put eyeshadow right where my lash line is. Now I'm only going to put it right about halfway, because for the look that we're going for, I want to put some gold right near the inner corner. So I'm just going to go back and shade in that bottom lash line. Okay, so we've made it this far, guys. Now it's time for us to cut the crease. So I'm actually taking some MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I like this concealer because it's kind of liquidy, and I'm taking just a little bit on actually a lip brush from Sigma, and then I'm going to look straight into the mirror, see where my natural eyelid folds, and then I'm going to take my concealer brush, put it right on top of my crease, and then come straight down. So then I can look up, and that's where the top of my concealer is going to be, and that's where I want to place my cut crease. So once I'm there, then I'm going to drag that concealer towards the inner corner of my eye and then perfectly carve that out. So it is very smooth, so it looks like a straight curved line, and that it's in line with my natural eyelid. And then I like to place my concealer all the way towards the edge for this look, right into the end of my iris, and then we're going to perfectly carve that out so it looks like a very smooth C type of shape. So once we can perfect the shape, we want to blend it in a little bit, and as you can see, I have a little bit of a mess up there on that top part of my eyelid from where my concealer kind of slipped. So I'm going to go back into that Mauve red shade with a tiny lip brush, and I'm just going to replace that red right on top so we can fix it so that red is still popping out of our cut crease. So now that our cut crease is done, I'm going to take the lightest glittery shade on the top right corner of this Huda Beauty palette with a wet concealer brush that's synthetic, and I'm already used some Urban Decay All Nighter and made my brush wet, and then I'm going to place that lightest shade all over the lid here. So it is going to be a little bit hard to put on because the concealer might be a little tacky still, so we just want to get that color all over the lid so we can place down a base to go over our concealer color. Okay, so the next color we're going into is this dark pink glitter shade color here, and I'm going to tap my brush without re-wetting it back into that color, and I'm going to be placing that right on the outside of this cut crease, right on top of the concealer. So since this color is a little bit chunkier of a glitter, I don't need to re-wet it, and it will adhere really well to the already tacky concealer. And then we're going to place that color all the way up into the cut crease and then kind of blend it out into the eyeshadow of that maroon color that we already have down towards the outer edge. So we're going to place that over the concealer and just kind of smooth it out. Now we're going to go back into that same palette and we're going to use another color. This time we're going to be using the top middle pink, and I'm going to be placing that right after the dark pink that we just placed. So this color is going to be kind of right in the middle of our eye. So we're going to try to blend those two glitters together and then try to pat it into not all the way to the inner corner, but just about. And then we're going to go right up into the outer portion of our cut crease. So originally, I was only going to be using those 3 glitter colors, but it was not bright enough for me. So I'm going from a gold shade from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I've got my brush wet, and I'm going to be placing that right into my inner corner here, because this gold really gives it a really nice pop to contrast the other pink colors that we use from the Huda palette. And then I'm also going to be placing that glitter right into my lash line down there at the bottom. So just make sure that when you're placing that gold, that it's really in line with that cut crease so you have a nice smooth line going up into your crease. Okay guys, now we're almost done with the eyes. I'm going back into that dark red color from the Mauve palette, and I'm going to go back in and redefine my crease, because sometimes you can kind of make a little bit of mess ups with the glitter when you blend too much into it. So I'm going to go back and redefine that V and make that crease really dark so that red really pops, and then we are all done with the eyeshadow finally. So I already went ahead, dusted off all that bake, did my eyebrows and eyeliner, and now I'm moving on to mascara. I'm using my favorite Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof, and I'm putting that mascara on my top lashes as well as my bottom lashes, and I'm only doing 1 coat because I'm also going to be applying falsies here. So once I'm done my mascara, I'm going to be moving on to my lip liner, and I'm using Nightmoth by MAC, and this is a lip pencil. So carefully going around the outside of my lips, and you don't want to overline too much, just go with your natural shape and make sure to get the inside of your lips since we're using a dark color here. Okay, so right after the lip liner, I'm going to be using a MAC Retro Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the color High Drama. So after you apply that lip, you can go ahead, plop your false lashes on, slap on some highlighter, and then we are good to go. So we can jump right back into the video here because you don't want to hear me voice over anymore. So thanks so much for listening. Here we go.
Alright guys, so this is the finished look. All I did was put some eyeliner on top of the band to kind of clear up some of the glue while it's drying. But yeah, this is it here. So I'm going to take some pictures. Here you go. This is a great fall date look or party look. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you liked this video and you want to see more videos like this, please leave me a comment below with any ideas. And if you haven't already, please give this video a like if you do like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
The children sing aloud, it's music till the wick burns out.